Hi, welcome back to the workshop. Today we are looking at Heljan's brand new AA gauge Class 47. Now Mike, we had Ben in here a little while ago when he was announcing that these were coming out and he went through all the features, but now this is it, isn't it?
That's right, this is the full production models here. It's in the shops now, you can buy one right now from Heljan stockists, and we've been taking a much closer look at the finished product.
Now let's just give a quick run through of the history of the Class 47.
Right, so the Class 47, out of all the diesel locomotives, is the one that everybody needs. There was 512 of these were built from the mid-1960s, and they're still operating on the mainline railway network today, every day. They have been to every single point of the country you can imagine, and they have worked on everything from coal trains to express passenger trains. They are the loco everyone needs.
It sounds like a diesel version of the Black Five, doesn't
Absolutely, that's pretty much what they were, I suppose, in a way. They were that go anywhere, do anything, mixed traffic loco, 2,750 horsepower, so plenty to haul an express train, but also plenty of power to haul things like merry-go-round as well. And there were so many different subclasses of these as well. So the original ones were Class 47Os, which had the steam heat boiler, and in later life they had the steam heating was removed. Some had it removed completely to become freight locomotives. Others were upgraded to have electric train heating supplies. They got long-range fuel tanks, got different bogies. Everything changed all the way through the career of the 47.
So is Heljan actually, with their tooling, are they actually bringing out models in with most of those modifications?
They are, yes. So actually the tooling suite is really comprehensive for the Class 47. I think it's something like there's 9 different cab ends they've done for it.
Wow.
There's 7 different boiler port exhaust covers they've done for it. They've done the original and the Ceric radiator covers for them. There's all the different fuel tank arrangements to go underneath them. And there's also changes to the front end, so you can have them with and without the cutaway buffer beams. So a really comprehensive tooling suite. And actually from a Heljan point of view, it's also its most advanced model yet as well.
Well, looking at the 47 here on the layout, I mean, the detail just in the bogies alone, and then you look up and you've got everything in the grills and even just under the door. They've really just left nothing spared, have they?
That's right, it's a fantastically detailed model. I mean, people remember the previous generation Heljan Class 47. It was a little bit wide over the body, but it did have a really good running chassis in it as well. But this is completely fresh from the ground up, this model, and you've got wonderful detail all the way through.
So what are some of the details that Heljan have actually put into this? Like, for example, does it have like working fans? Are they independent of each other? What sort of motor drives it?
So it's got a 5-pole motor inside. There's a 21-pin decoder socket, and that powers a new twin speaker that's inside the locomotive. It's then got, if you've got one of the DCC sound-fitted versions, actually even the analog ones, you can independently control all the lighting features as well. So if it's a DCC sound-fitted one, you can do that through your handset. If it's an analog one, you can use the little switches inside the locomotive. That's also another new point for this as well. This is the first Heljan locomotive to be offered both DCC ready and DCC sound fitted from the factory. And they partnered with Legoman Diffo to create the sound files for the locomotive. They've got correct sound files for the different subclasses of Class 47 inside them as well.
So following your review of the model, what are some of the highlights for you?
There's so many great things with this model. For starters, the body to bogie relationship is one of the best I've seen on the Class 47 for AA gauge. In previous issues we've seen where there's just a little bit too much gap between the bottom of the body and the top of the bogies, whereas it's got a really nice neat relationship between the two. The cab interior is fabulous on this.
Oh, yes.
I love the fact they've even gone down to having the proper framing inside as well, as you can see through the cab windows, which is quite a distinctive feature of the Class 47. And then you add into that, actually there's detail on the chassis block behind all the windows as well, and there's interior engine room lights. You've got all the factory fitted buffer beam pipes, you've got all the sprung buffers and things as well. There is one area that the cab front shape just isn't quite perfect around the lower half. I know there's been some comments around that online as well, but there's so many other good positive things about this model that for me, that doesn't put me off wanting to have one of these for my collection.
Well, we've had it running today on the layout, and it really does run superb, doesn't it?
It certainly does. I mean, it's got traditional Heljan Coco chassis. It's got 4-axle drive on it, and you've got the floating centre axle, which really helps with the track holding ability of the model, and it really keeps it a really smooth running chassis. Plenty of power from the 5-pole motor. It's got the twin blast flywheels in there as well. I had this running on a 20-wagon Freightliner train, so it's got plenty of oomph in it. As you can see today, it's been running on a scale link train, a passenger stock as well.
Of course, very, very powerful indeed. Now, as far as livery choices are concerned, we've obviously got Network Southeast here. What else is Heljan bringing out? And of course, we've got our own edition coming out as well, don't we?
That's right. So the first batch from Heljan covers everything from BR2 two-tone green, so the original livery as delivered, through BR two-tone green with 4 yellow ends, into the early BR blue period with 4-character head code boxes and 4 yellow ends. Then it moves forward into plain blue with domino head codes. Then you've got large logo blue, you've got rail freight livery, you've got parcel sector 1, and also the Network Southeast one that's on layout here today, which is a Gauge Master Collection special. I think in total there's 11 different versions of just going into the shops over the next few weeks. And then also they've got another batch coming as well, and part of batch 2 is our limited edition model, which is modelling 47817 in its Porterbrook purple and white livery from the very late 1990s.
Lovely. And for those who are actually interested in having one of those limited editions, whereabouts can they get that? Can they pre-order now?
Yes, they can pre-order our Porterbrook Class 47 now from the Key Model World shops. You go to keymodelworld.com/shop and you can pre-order the Class 47 and any of our other lovely limited editions that are coming along.
Now, you mentioned that they're coming out very soon, but when can people expect to purchase them and how much are they selling for?
Right, so the first versions are already in stock with Heljan retailers, and the prices are $249.95 for the DCC ready versions and $389.95 for the DCC sound fitted versions.
Wonderful. And of course, as you said, you can also pre-order our limited edition through us right now at the shop.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, keymodelworld.com. You can go across to our shop page and you can pre-order the Porterbrook delivered one, which I'm really looking forward to. I remember seeing it in the late 1990s on the head of Virgin train stock and intercity stock at the very beginning of privatisation. So.
Well, by the sounds of it, Mike's going to get his hands on a few of these locomotives, and if you like the Class 47, then I think that the one here from Heljan may very well be for you. And of course, you can read a full review written by Mike in HM203, our May edition, which is on sale right now.
Or you can head over to keymodelworld.com to read our review there, as well as everything about the Class 47s at keymodelworld.com/class-47. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.